Hello. Hello. Are we streaming?
I don't know. Are we? You tell me.
Say something.
Hello.
There, 6 seconds have elapsed.
Oh. Okay.
Live. You are now live. The
Awesome.
internet can totally see you now.
Wow.
Hi, everybody. I can't even see. Where's the people in the room? 0 watching. Oh.
Oh, okay.
We're all gonna die. Well, Chris. Hey, gaming lawyer. How are you?
Hey.
So, as usual, I guess we would ask, like, you can hear and all that stuff. Everything seems good. You can hear? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, see and hear all as well. Okay, awesome.
Oh, good. That's a relief.
Oh, that was me. I was wondering why is there yellow on my feedback screen, and it's like, oh, it's like, oh, that's me. Oh, 3 already. Oh my God. Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, where are we? Stunned. We're stunned. I was up until, hey, Rob, nice to see you, man. Forgive me if I'm yelling. It's like on the phone. When I'm on the phone, I tend to speak louder because I think the phone, it's like I'm talking through a can and string for some reason. So it's like, I find it's odd to speak in a normal tone.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah.
I've heard you yelling down the phone line.
I can't.
All the time.
Anytime on the phone, it's like, rah, 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 like an old person. I'm the big cheese, yeah, big cheese. There's a joke there somewhere.
Totally.
My God, what a week it's been. I got actually a video out this week. It was that the review of the interface of the audio, the Tascam there, and that was terrible. I don't know why it was just so awful. I must have redone it 5-6 times, something like that, and recorded it, re-recorded it, and then when I published it, it was still wrong. And I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm not used to having a big audience or potential audience like right away. Normally when I publish something, it takes a number of weeks before it actually even picks up a set of views, and then a few weeks after that, whether I know it's going to stick and gain views steadily over time. So I'm just not used to, like I said, having a big audience, potential audience right away. And I don't know, I wanted to impress everybody, and then of course it's like I cheesed myself off and screwed it up completely. But over the last few days I've been working on this OBX stuff, trying to get a better handle on it, and a lot of things running around in my head about that, and it's actually pretty. I never really looked at it in much depth because I wasn't like a live streamer. But as I was saying last week, this week it's hey, Lo, no, you made it, and thanks to Lo, everybody, that's Lo knows, sort of, and he's an voiceover audio professional. Correct me if I'm wrong. And when I published that video from like a couple days ago, he noticed right away there was a problem with the audio. So he let me know in the comments there, and it was like, you're right, that's what it was. Oh. And the weird thing is because when I set up a new scene called, I call it webcam only, so that I could do a recording of the desktop and myself, and I figured it would be easier, even though there's some issue with resolution and stuff. It's not as good as using a DSLR, obviously. And but what I did was I set up the webcam and the webcam and the microphone separately as scenes, and then added sources to it instead of going through the defaults in the settings. So for some reason, I hid the webcam audio and then I couldn't find it. And then when he noticed that this doubling, it was like, I knew there was something wrong, but there was nothing in there to tell me that there was something wrong until he said, "Oh, there's something wrong." And then I finally dug into the settings, and I found the defaults, and I was able to disable it there. And of course, then I had to delete the ones that I'd created, recreate them, re-record it, and re-upload it. So I just made 3 times as much work on top of redoing it 4 or 5 times previously.
Yeah, exactly.
So, there we are. And last night I was up until 4 a.m. Yesterday I heard that you can use VST 2.x plugins in OBS, and I went, wow, you can! So, of course, I downloaded the standalone VST plugins from Reaper, and I started fooling around with those, and I've got those installed, and it really just stretches the capabilities of, without needing to fool around with, it's like virtual audio cables, that sort of thing, and because they're just so laggy causing. Oh, video output low. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Such viewers will experience buffering. Oh, great, man. I don't know what to do because everything was so smooth before. Come on, YouTube. Bad, potentially serious viewing issues. Oh, come on. How's it going, people? Is it still looking okay? It says the video output is low. Some weird thing. Hey, BTD.
Oh, BTD.
Yeah.
Hi.
So what I was saying earlier, it's hard for me. Actually, I wonder if I guess I could look it up on the phone. I never thought of doing that. That would be weird.
That's not a bad idea.
Carry on.
Never occurred to me either.
So what's new with you, my darling?
New? I don't know. Well, I've been thinking about putting out a video soon and doing a shout out to a number of people, or for a number of people, I should say. And as far as other things to talk about, well, I don't know, hockey's sort of not too promising lately. My favorite team being the Red Wings, and the Red Wings seem to be currently the Dead Wings. And just rebuilding. Not fun. And it didn't make the playoffs last year. I mean, come on. 25 years straight.
What about your hat? What's that hat you're wearing?
Oh, yes. Well, I've resorted to not watching, but checking out or following Russian hockey, the Continental Hockey League. And this is one of the teams, Metallurg Magnitogorsk.
Yeah. If I stop, okay, Gaming Lawyer says, I use those same plugins. Now with OBS supporting VST plugins directly, you don't need to use virtual audio cables anymore. That's the big thing, because I find they're very they're CPU intensive in some way. They don't work as smoothly as one would like, and that's the problem. And I was trying to do some stuff with two USB microphones. So I the only way to really work with that is to oh, there, it's coming back. Oh, good. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's the time of day. Oh, yeah, tomorrow's a holiday.
Sorry.
It's 2 p.m. So tomorrow's a holiday here in Canada. I guess it's President's Day in the United States, and here it's Family Day. So we get a nice holiday because there's, I guess, between January and wherever there's like a lack of holidays, so people say we need one. I forgot to turn on this light back here. There.
Oh. Okay.
So what was I saying? Yeah, that's the thing about VST, the VST plugin capability now in OBS, the fact that it sort of may absolve you from needing to use virtual audio cables anymore. And then there's this adjunct product called Voice Meter, Meeter, and that's the thing that I had such a... Yeah, see, exactly. And it's terrible. I just that's what got me into getting XLR microphones and stuff, because I could hook that into directly, and you can get DSPs, digital signal processing, within those devices a lot of the time. Like this one is very, well, it's kind of, I mean, there's trade-offs, right? I was looking, for me, it's more important to have like a very low noise floor, a very good DACs or very good converters in there, rather than some of the digital signal processing, even though I did want some. So this is limited in that capability, but there's others that you can get where you can get like 3 or 4 that you can chain together within the device itself and not have to use external ones if you're using like voice compression and equalization and noise reduction. And yeah, actually, speaking of which, okay, this is what you're hearing here is without any VST plugins except the compressor that I've set on a very low level in the Tascam. So I think I can turn these on the fly. And I'm just going to go to the mic and right-click filters, and then just turn them on. So now they should be active. So I've got 3 minor ones. There's one called reefer, which is is what is normally used for noise cancellation. So the fans that are coming off the radiator for my water loop here, they should have been neutralized. And I've EQ'd the vocal range. Can you say something?
Oh, yes. Does that help with what you're discussing,
yeah,
or what? Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't clue into that.
Speak means
yes,
speak.
Okay. Yes, okay. Yes, all right. Well, what?
What a lovely hat. Where did you ever get that from?
Oh, well, my delightful husband bought it for me. Wow, it's a great hat. Stars, flames, can you beat that?
Yes.
All in one hat.
How do you say that? Metallurg Magnitogorsk.
Yes.
Metallurg Magnitogorsk.
Yes, metallurgy, and then there's Magnitogorsk is the city in Chelyabinsk province in Russia.
There you go. And yeah, so then there was like equalization. So I've set up a very minor, like low-level equalization. And then finally, I added a second compressor. So there's a compressor in the Tascam, and then the compressor that's in the plug-in compressor. Excuse me again. Another late lunch. I woke up at noon, and this is after saying
my fault. Yes,
please don't let me sleep past 11 o'clock ever. And of course,
ever?
Then it's noon. How did that happen?
Because I was analyzing a chess game and I got caught up in it. That's why. Yes, chess, the bane of your existence and mine.
Oh, so there we are. Yeah. So it sounds. How does it sound? Like, I think there's the compressor, the second in-series compressor that I'm using. They're very low level, like very slight, but they're cumulative, right? So apparently for doing correct voice compression for voiceovers rather than singing, you want to use 2 very low ones, so that you don't. I don't know what's the word. You don't. Make the voice sort of pump, I guess it does, so the compressor would kick in and not release before you get to the end of the word, so it clips the start of the second word, something like that. So it makes a weird sort of modulation that you really don't want. I don't know. I'm still sort of exploring and figuring it out. I'm not getting I haven't really been feedbacking myself enough because I mean, I don't know. So I find it really weird to monitor and talk at the same time. It's sort of strange. I feel like environmentally cut off if I'm wearing headphones to do this sort of interaction. Let me see. Is this everything still working? I hope. Anyway, let's let me turn these back off because I don't really need them right now. And let's see, close. Ooh, so let's run the intro. Yeah, let's run the intro. Don't YouTube me, bro! Don't YouTube me! Yeah, so there we are. Don't YouTube me, bro. And it's getting to the end of the month. It's 1 to 20th. Today's the 18th. 2 more days to go.
Yay.
You too, BTD. I'm sorry we didn't get in touch with you over the week. been just I don't know, like trying to figure out where to go next, that sort of thing. And I hope you've been okay. Who else is here? I guess everybody's been. There's 5 people watching and Gaming Lore BTD, so everybody's still sort of got one ear to the thing here. Oh, yeah. As I was saying, I don't know what's going to happen next, kind of thing. Just trying to figure out what's going to happen on the 20th, you know, and and actually kind of exhausted too. It's been a crazy, exhausting month, eh?
Yes, definitely. Just been burnt right out.
And Shelley's been working, like, she's got...
I've been getting extra hours, that's the thing.
Like, so. I guess, you know, the work you've been doing the last month, it's like almost like full-time, right?
It's getting there, yeah.
So she's like with 38 hours or something in the last week?
Yeah, it's true.
So,
well, I mean, I was used to working 11 hours a week. It was really quite part-time. But I don't know, they're doing renovations, so they're switching things up. And so new cleaning things are required, so...
Yeah.
Just trying to keep on top of that and get used to the number of hours, and also trying to help out with this thing. Well, not for my own channel, but help out.
Hubby's roping me in.
Well, not just that, but I mean helping other small channels as well. So I get pretty much every day.
Excuse me for a sec. BTD said he nearly died yesterday, which isn't great.
Ow.
What happened, man? Any further illumination?
Yay.
Oh, you did a stream too. Wow. I just got up at noon and we had lunch, so I haven't even really looked at the channel or the analytics today or anything at all. Yeah, BTD was just saying that he had this, it's been a busy week, for everybody, and I guess he's right there, but he said he nearly died yesterday, which wasn't great, so. Jeez. I hope you don't mean that literally. I hope we're being a bit hyperbolic there, that, you know, because that's the last, I don't know.
It's scary.
One of the things I've been thinking about wanting to discuss here was that I guess sort of a philosophical outlook as to, you know, what we do moving forward. You know, I was thinking, you know, it's like I was looking at the pie chart of the audience breakdown that I have, and it's primarily men, you know, age, you know, the usual main demographic, 18 to 34 or something like that.
Yeah, you always hear about that demographic.
I think about... Whoa, really? BTD said they ordered food from a Chinese takeaway and they mixed a high concentrate of alcohol in his soda, which he and his mother both drank, and the police are involved. So, ooh.
Oh, that sounds serious.
Well, luckily it wasn't like rubbing alcohol or something. Otherwise, I think he'd be in the hospital.
No.
Maybe.
Well, still.
Haha, joke's on you. Oh, that's really nice. He said, I thought it was out of date, but when I looked at the sell-by date, there was a note over it saying, haha, joke's on you.
Oh, that's nice. Jeez.
I shouldn't laugh. That's
just nasty.
That's really nasty.
That's cruel.
And I do a lot of reading about the political and social situation in England. I mean, being Canadian, you know, we have this sort of thing, and it's all on vlog. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll check that out. Like, so yeah, anybody who's interested in that, check that out. Yeah, thanks to BDD for sharing that with us.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Scary.
So as I was saying earlier, sorry to change the subject. What I was saying earlier was about sort of a philosophical outlook that I think we now have an opportunity to sort of pursue, right? Which is to this idea of helping each other, and instead of competing with each other. You know, it's like I was looking at the pie chart of the audience breakdown, and there's like, you know, but 20% women, and I think that's the number that we need to sort of increase overall, is to get more women to watch everybody's channels, you know, so that they're not intimidated to come and comment and that sort of thing, and the reverse too, which is kind of strange, because as I'm going around, I went to a lot of the women's communities, let's say, and well, mostly makeup shopping and that sort of stuff, and all the comments there are from other women, and it's like all these women doing the same sort of channels, and then you go to like the car guys, and there's all this guys doing cars and stuff, and I was thinking, you know, it'd be really cool if we can make or do things in such a way that people or audience members of different groups and communities would feel freer to come to each other, and so we can spread out and not, what's the word, you know, encapsulate ourselves to ourselves kind of thing. And I think that would be a good goal to work towards. But of course, you know, it's like just something that we'd have to keep. I don't say like, what's the word, codify it or make rules about it, but just something to keep in mind, that if we're doing a topic or something, and yeah, well, you're sort of a generic kind of thing too, though. You know, it's like for somebody like myself, you know, it's like with tech and how to and stuff. You know, on the in normal kind of, like, they wouldn't really normally be interested. And I was thinking more in the context of technical assistance, you know, in terms of you know, bettering the quality of the productions and stuff. So if you know, one thing, it's too bad who isn't here. I guess Dragon Song 3. She was she's just started a channel not too long ago, and the equipment that she's working with was quite modest, like a laptop, more or less. That's it, right? So a laptop, webcam, and microphone, and or maybe a phone. I can't remember. Excuse me. And the thing is, like, she, you know, understood and realized that, you know, that the equipment is not going to, you know, be conducive to generating a good audience, because that's what people want. They want good lighting, they want good audio. And so she took it upon herself to do some research and, you know, get some quality things happening. But I see that a lot, you know, where people have, you know, potential, but because they're not realizing that there's some technical issues that they need to address, they're not reaching the potential that they could potentially have.
That's too many potentials by half.
Too many potentials by half. You know what I mean? So that's what I meant about accessibility, and sort of, you know, saying, you know, making people understand that, yes, this is important, and yes, it's attainable, and yes, it's also not necessarily super expensive. You know, it's like one has to realize what the value is. Boy, we look good, eh?
I guess you tell me.
Really? Oh, well, thank you so much. Press her button. This is an adult channel. Was key in bringing. Said this channel was. I think you mean us, right? This channel was key in bringing everyone together to reach their subscription goal. And I think, well, that's the thing. I think it was. I made the realization I needed a key, right, to sort of leverage, and that creator's video was it. Because I mean, in that same weekend, when I put out my thank you, when I put out the teary video, right. And it's like, because yes. I didn't have a key in order to, you know, go out and pull people in. And then when that creator video came out, and, you know, I was lucky enough to throw my hat into the void, so to speak, and then when that came back into my mailbox, that gave me the key, and I was able to launch myself out immediately. Because as soon as they came and saw that and say, hey, you know, we can work together. We're all these different types of people, but it's if we keep that center core of helping each other, supporting each other, the differences that we have don't matter anymore. And I think that's something that we need to sort of foster. And that's what I was saying about earlier, where people from different demographics, different communities, we should make them feel able and welcome to express themselves, to comment in other communities, and not feel like they're going to be, I'm not harassed exactly, but looked down on or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm nothing. I'm a touch typist. I can compose quite quickly. I've written over I've thousands and thousands and thousands of forum posts over the last 20 years, or pretty much. So I've been on the net since 1992, and I have. I mean, in here I don't use my real name because in real life I'm a novelist. I'm also a chess player. I do a couple of things. I've been on a board of directors of a non-governmental charitable organization as well. So, and I think overall, in a lot of things, the thing that I find is the key is that if we acknowledge and respect our differences, and strengthen each other, I think everybody benefits, in ways that we don't expect. And that's my wife was trying to start crying or so. I don't know. It's like that sort of gets lost a lot of the time. When we are so desperate to I don't know, like get our own little piece. And we forget that we can make the pie larger if we work together and ensure that we get a piece. Fish sandwich. I pressed her button, but I'm not sure if pun is intended or not. I'm sure you intended that pun there, Fish Sandwich Show. Oh, yeah, that's kind of heavy, eh? I think it's time for some confetti.
It's probably over when I did that.
No, it's still rating down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's sort of like what I've been mulling over, and it's like, but how do you do it, right? And I think it's just being. I think one of the things they talk about is to model the way, and if you by modeling the way, you just behave that way that you want it to occur, right? So, if you want that to happen, then act that way, and hopefully you will inspire other people to act that way. And build out that way. I mean, it's slow, but that's it does work eventually. Yeah, the Fish Sandwich Show says over this last week, I've seen so many great YouTube videos from smaller creators like Chris the Butcher. Why the show is not getting 1 million hits an episode is beyond me. And I haven't actually checked him out really. I think I know I'm subscribed because it's an easy name to remember, but I haven't. I mean, there's just so many people. It's like I look at the side there of my interface, and there's a lot of names there, So it's gonna be. I don't know. It's like am I ever gonna have enough time to check everybody out? It's like because all this stuff is mulling around, and So, whew. Wow. So 2 days left. I mean, has everybody made it here, or well, BTD has sort of put himself out of the running, but I mean, you know what I mean, not right.
Well, he hasn't put himself out of the running. It's just,
you just there's time and effort, and you have a job and everything else, right?
Time.
So but I meant more in the terms of, is actively going out and getting all those.
He'll get there eventually,
the numbers.
I think.
Well, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, well, he's got a fun channel. I like it.
Yeah. Shelley, she watches your channel.
Yeah, I watch it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Sweet.
Oh, sorry, BTD, but I realized after I posted a message to you that I'd misspelled your dog's name. I think it's Titch, not Tetch. Sorry about that.
Titch?
Titch. That's the name of his dog, Titch. Oh, Titch is cute. Sorry. Oh,
you're in what's learn what is in front of you? Ah, okay. I didn't know that was part of your channel too. I thought that was some a family. Learn what is in front of you.
Oh, interesting name.
Huh. Titch, yeah.
What's that got something to do with Titch?
No, sorry. It was just
okay.
reading the chat thing here.
Oh,
press her button says she has I don't know because you're a couple, right? Have another channel called Learn What Is in Front of You.
Oh, okay.
And,
great name.
And the I Am Creator reaches its goal in 2 weeks. So, geez, that's pretty good. And the Press Her Buttons channel is more of an adult channel, so it'll never be monetized. Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
Oh, my channel is Learn. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. I just thought. Maybe I just didn't look at it closely enough. I thought I'm maybe confusing it with another channel. That's what's happening. Yeah, well, you started really late. You were back from you were below 100 when you started, and I think you started like a week, maybe 5, 6, 7 days after after I started. So that's a tough haul. But I mean, I think you're on the road because you've made yourself known, and you know, people respond to you. You've got a you know, good personality there, Mr. Fish Sandwich Show. And Pressure Button says, my wife and I have a fun. So you are the male half. Aha. My wife and I have a fun adult channel that we do. Yeah, I caught that. I caught that thing. I made a comment there too. Yeah, it's not something. It's too revealing, you know. I'd have to open an anonymous account in order to post on that because, you know, I don't know why. Hi, Andreas, Mr. Andreas von T. $2 and my dollar a day is gone. Aw, that sucks. Well, how far away are you? I suppose I could check. You know, maybe it's easier. No, I'm not going to check because it takes it's too much trouble. I don't want to ruin my little nerve center here of buttons to push and stuff. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I think it's time for heads to fall.
Oh, I thought you were going to say station identification or something. Oh, right. That's something like heads will roll.
Yeah. No, it was my head snow there.
Head snow.
Yeah, it's play. Yeah. Why not? I mean, there's a role for that here. I mean, you know, it's like, but I've tried so hard to concentrate on, you know, the family oriented kind of stuff, and because you know, you never know if you're going to run afoul of YouTube and whatever, or miscategorize something, and then you're screwed, you know. So can't be bothered. Way to go, BTD. He's almost hit 500.
All right.
So, well, 240. Right. That's doable. You know, not in 2 days, obviously, but a week later or something, you know. So that's not bad. Yeah, the stream seems to be coming in and out a little bit, eh? I'm not really sure why, so... well, thanks, guys, for sitting here with us, and it's you know, I as I say, you know, it's probably there's a holiday tomorrow, so people are probably in transit or engaged with their families and stuff like that, as well as the pressure to, you know, to make the deadline, right? Oh, it's offline now? Oh, it just says, well, it's going to come back on in a second, I guess. Yeah, I just saw the red at the top here. So I have like the OBS here, and then I've got the little chat window there, and above is the little bar with showing the stream health. And yeah, last 3 weeks, I guess, has been perfect, you know. So this is the first time I've ever had any congestion or any interruptions at all. So let me see. The Fish Sandwich says, yeah, I don't know if I missed, if you missed what I just said, something about, you know, how good the stream has been the last 3 weeks. And it's only today that I've ever had any congestion at all. So normally it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking at the little stream signal there. It's back up to almost 3,000 kilobits per second now, so... But it was dropping down to 700, which can be quite, you know. Anyway, the Fish Sandwich was saying, muchas gracias. I was very shocked and surprised how the watch minutes screamed during that hour-long live stream this morning. More watch minutes in an hour than I made all week. Yeah, and this is, you know, YouTube is really pressing and pushing for people to do live streams, and for a number of reasons. And you know, live is good for engagement. I mean, really good engagement. I mean, look at you. Look at all the comments that we've had in this stream for the last half hour, right? And you know, and if you do a reasonable job about keeping people entertained and you know, talking about different subjects and stuff like that, I mean, it's actually kind of, it's not super hard to do, you know, if you have that kind of personality. And it doesn't even, I mean, there's nothing, I don't know how to say it. It's not generic. I mean, it takes all kinds, you know. I mean, there's like, at any given time, there's like 4 or 5 people doing a live stream, and some of them will leave you cold, of course, but there's always an audience for this or that, and in a different mood, you might say, hey, I'll watch a bit of that too. And you just can't get this anywhere, you know. No, there's nothing like this anywhere. So, and we owe all this to the gamers, really, because they started this, and they're so hardcore about live streaming, you know. In the infield on Derby. Oh, yeah. I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until to be able to do live streaming because I don't have a phone or, data plan. Data plans in Canada for mobile are they're just ridiculously expensive. It's just crazy. So, but we make up for that by trying to do a quality little show. Have you guys gotten tired of the green screen stuff yet? Yeah, I have to show up with my long sleeve shirt though. I mean, I wish it had come in sooner. So yeah. Oh, see, now we're down to 3,500. Why is it red though?
What is it?
It still says healthy. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
How fast is your internet provider? At 50 megabits per second, our stream wasn't good. Well, I have 100 down, right? But it's the upload speed that matters, and my upload speed is 10 megabits per second up. But it's actually averages around 9, I think, or 8.5, something like that, depending, right? But as I say, then it dropped down to 700. You're in Northern Alberta. Yeah, that's okay. I think I remember you. Ontario, Ottawa, actually, Ottawa, Ontario. So, nation's capital for those of you that don't know. Excuse me. Oh, thank you. It says because Fish Sandwich was responding to me asking are we getting tired of this, and he says no, not tired at all. By the way, you guys have great chemistry together. I really enjoy this live stream that you do, and yeah, we do kind of have a decent chemistry. It's like Biff and Baff, boom.
He does the talking, and I sit here and
I look at it. Do the remembering for me. What have I forgotten? Well, that's right, dear. Yes, you're so creative.
Oh, are we going there?
Are we going there? Let's not go there.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit. Oh, Shelley's got this
sinuses.
Oh my lord, she's
also this weather. It's up, it's down, it's all over the place.
Yeah,
drives him insane.
Well, Shelley's got this thing every year. It's like sinuses drive her batty, and actually last year is the first time it ever happened to me, and I had never experienced real sinus problems, and I didn't because Shelley had never what's the word. Her father was always afflicted with sinus problems, and he would take Sinutab, right? And so that's all she knew. She never explored any further. And then I got it last year, and we've taken Sinutab for a week, and I was like, this is doing nothing. And I finally looked into it. It was like, antihistamines? What are those?
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
So I ran out, and I got 4 different kinds of antihistamines. And that really worked, And Shelley said, "Wow, that really works." And,
well, if you take everything, I guess it should. Well, not everything, but
Well, yeah, different
reason.
Kinds. So yeah, but that was quite a discovery, Isha Ria, how are you guys? yeah. I really enjoy doing the live show. It's cool. It's actually kind of, it's very nervous before you start, but if everything's working okay, then it's it's not bad. So, but see, the thing is, you can't do this the traditions thing. Oh yeah, let's do the live sub vote now. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, from Hong Kong. Hey, thanks.
Hong Kong. Wow.
Yeah. Now you guys have great internet in Hong Kong, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, this is our subscribe button and our thing. I always forget to start. I start talking and I forget to do the little gizmos and stuff. So, yeah. Wow. But it's yeah. I guess let's see. What else should we talk about, dear? I talked about the philosophy of moving forward and how
various demographics
or
broadening of demographics or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Well, we can respond to some questions here. Okay, let me see. Fish Sandwich says, we call that the Ohio Valley crud. Tell the end of winter, you can tell it's the end of winter. Beginning of spring, everybody's hacking, choking, and coughing, and that sort of thing, right? And then Andreas Von T says, you guys have a good live show personality. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I think there is a kind of thing, but you'd be surprised, you know? I think just leaving it up to the audience to do the work for you. Respond to questions and ask for questions. Hey, you know. Presser Button says, do you fear other channels that sub jumping off after February 20th? Well, that's a question that's come up a couple of times, and I, you know, of course there may be some drop off, but why? Why would everybody suddenly, you know, unsub on the 20th? Because either A, they didn't make it, or B, they made it, they don't want you to make it?
Well, the thing is, you stick around.
I would rather not ascribe, what's the word, negative or bad motivations, or what's the word?
Cast aspersions?
Well, not that, but it's more like, you know, let's give people the benefit of the doubt. Let's put it that way. I mean, if you've subscribed in good faith, and they've subscribed in good faith because you have a common goal, just because that goal, the time, let's say deadline time, has been reached, doesn't necessarily automatically mean that the situation changes and they want to cut your throat, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I mean, we are human beings, and I think on the whole, I mean, as much as we, you know, that we are told that human beings are basically bad and we have to guard against them. I think the truth is otherwise. I think on the whole, people are generally good and want to be good. They want to be positive, and let's allow them to be that, you know. And if we act that way ourselves, then why not? It gives them a better opportunity to demonstrate to themselves that they're good people, right?
Right. I agree.
And BTD said the people who unsub are the people who hate other people's success. Right. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say, hey, I got rose-colored glasses on.
No.
But I think on the whole, there may be a few, but...
Oh, you'll get
some. Yeah, we didn't touch on that, Cup of Spring. And hello, by the way. YouTube does unsubscribing, and that's why this whole thing in the past month was okay, well, thanks for stopping in, Isharia. It's 3:41 a.m. in Hong Kong. Well, this is why I did. I mean, it's really late over there. And it's like 7 p.m. or 7, almost 8 p.m. now in Europe, right? See?
Right.
So that's why we started here at 2 p.m. But I think maybe a little earlier may even be better. It's just because it'd be nice to get everybody in, you know? But if you do it too early, then the East Coast can't get in, right? So, because right now, it would be like 11 o'clock in the East Coast, and we all know the East Coast, they don't get up before noon for any reason.
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, right. I don't think anybody believes that.
What do you mean?
Oh, come on.
It's the milk of land and honey. I mean, the land of milk and honey.
Right.
The milk of land and honey.
Well, you don't make me cough.
Excuse me. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, thanks for stopping by. I think he's probably gone already, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? No, go ahead.
Oh, are you answering something?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
What are your thoughts on subscribing to channels that have no content or videos? I have noticed this lately. Somebody had 600-something subscribers and no content on their channel whatsoever. Well, they may have deleted. They may have had it in the past, and may have deleted it, right? But generally, though, I feel those people who have no channel, I mean, no content or anything, I think they're just there to subscribe to you. So I don't. That's probably the one group that I would probably not subscribe to back automatically.
You don't need to. It's irrelevant, really, at this point.
Well, it's not that it's irrelevant. It's the fact that they're actual. I guess they call them organic subscribers, right? The people who are outside of the normal YouTube ecosystem, like your video or your channel, and subscribed.
Well, I'm sort of what you described there because, well, I have one little tiny video.
Which I asked her to make.
Yes. Well, I mean, well, just to get, well, dip my toe in, so to speak.
Well, yeah,
so I plan
because,
to do more.
because it's
just,
exactly that. You know, she had
But I
no...
mean, I am trying to spend my time, my efforts trying to subscribe to people, though, to other small channels. I'm not really looking for subscribers myself. There's no panic on that because I'm so far outside of it, it doesn't really matter. I think it's irrelevant in my case. But I'm just trying to help out.
Yeah. Well, you do.
Well, I try. And, you know, and people, I don't know if they need watch time, but I watch a number of videos of people I've subscribed to, and, you know, also just make a comment now and again, just to, you know, keep at it. I like what you're doing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and Presser Button has made a good point, too. It says... I have a third... I keep wanting to say she because of the name of your channel. You should say press their button, you know, politically correct. I have a third channel that has no content that I use to subscribe to my favorites. This way I only see what appeals to me. Yeah, and that's obviously an astute strategy. Well, I don't even think it's a strategy. It's just something you should do to keeps your things separate, right? And this is something that's underused a lot. Like I have three channels myself, 4 actually. One is under my own name, and but I don't interact with them in any way. So, I mean, I don't have this one advertising that one and that sort of thing. They're just separate entities, and I like to keep it that way. So that's that. But generally, in broader terms, people don't generally know or realize that they can make multiple brand accounts, right? So they can have one under their own name for, you know, the personal viewing habits and subscriptions and stuff, and then make brand accounts, and they can subscribe to different channels and stuff too. But where it gets kind of iffy, you know, where YouTube would say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" If you know, you make 3 different channels or 4 different channels to just, you know, do sub for sub and crazy stuff, and or do disliking and you know, kind of just, you know, because then it's, you know, spam land, and you know, you end up with problems. But as a, you know, legitimate separate channel, then sure, of course, that makes absolutely good sense, you know. Yeah, well, you know, there's limits, you know, of course, but and allowable ones as well. So yeah, getting back to YouTube. See, again, Computar was supposed to come by. I guess he's busy.
Oh, that's right.
He keeps saying, "Oh, I never got a notification. Ah!" I told him yesterday what time it was, but I don't know. You know, the thing is, people will say, and then they get busy.
Oh, something must come.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, this thing about YouTube. You know, with the losing subscriptions, and the thing I have a big problem with is the replies to comments. You know, it's like very hard to keep a conversation or start a conversation with someone if you don't get notification of a reply, especially if you're making a lot of comments in a lot of different channels and a number of different conversations that you're starting and wanting to keep going. And if you don't get notifications of those, you know, it's like easy enough to say, "Oh, that guy doesn't care, he's just making it," you know. But if you didn't get a notification, how can you? You know, you'd have to go through your history and then check each one to see if there was a reply made. And so far, the only thing that seems to work really consistently is the hearting. You know, if somebody makes a comment, and if I make a comment someplace and they heart it, then I get a notification that they hearted it. I check to see if they made a reply as well, because sometimes they will reply, but I won't get a notification. So it's just out there, you know. So it's just sort of that's what I find really irritating in terms of what YouTube does with their community. Yeah, and as always, of course, you know, check out the different channels, you know, in the chat. And if you know how to do it, like you can right-click. There are 3 dots. If you hover over their name, the 3 dots appear on the right-hand side. Right-click, and then right-click, open in a new tab, and then you don't lose the live stream either. So, yeah. But there's all kinds, so many things that one needs to know and to do all this stuff nicely and well, which, you know, for what it's worth, the gamers have been doing for years, and you know, hats off to them. But they're the ones that really sort of blazed the trail for all of this, and here we are. I mean, I'm saying people who are just doing this for, talk show kind of deal. I guess that's what you can always call this, right? Talk show, podcasting, that kind of stuff. And we're coming up, second fiddle. Like even this chat box thing on the top in the corner there, they've had that for a long time. And how many people do in our categories, or not as into the tech stuff, even know about it? I happen to know about it. I say, I need that because because it adds to the longevity of the stream, because people can watch it and follow along and see, hey, there was the chat being made and that kind of stuff. So I think it's invaluable. BTT says, I'm a little worried about the 20th, but I'm not going to let keep me away from doing what I love. Yeah, exactly. For me, it's like the whole rationale and reasoning for me is to be monetized. I was monetized 10 years ago, and that's what made me decide to do this. And then to have that taken away, that's not right, because, circumstances in our life, sort of, how do I say it without using a lot of rude words? But anyway, we had a lot of challenges that we had to overcome. And part of me doing that was the fact that I had this in the back of my mind to utilize and to help me work out and become a citizen, contributing citizen of society, was the fact that I was a partner in YouTube. I mean, as maybe it's kind of, I don't know, small as that is, that was important to me to help me surmount the challenges that I had. And then to get to the point where over the last 2 years, because I've been involved in a lot of stuff over the last 2 years, like with the charity and training and all kinds of stuff like that, to get to the point where now I can devote my time, and I've just come over a computer that I had to rebuild, that was out of whack for 3 months. So it's like I lost almost like 2.5 years due to equipment and life problems and I don't know, life engagement issues and a lot of different stuff. And then to find that now I'm ready. Screw you, buddy.
Yeah, really. Great timing.
It's like, no way. Oh, I've gotten paid. I've gotten 3 checks now.
I think so.
Yeah, 3. It's a direct deposit. But when this happened, I was making $30 a month. So every 4 months. And that was the point is people look at it statically. They say, oh, you're making $30 a month. That doesn't mean anything. But 6 months ago, that was $30 a year. So a year ago. Well, anyway, but the way it was working out was 10 months ago. So between 10 months ago and now, I've increased my income, 100-fold or whatever it is, from $30 a year to $30 a month. And that was scaling upwards. So it's about $30 a month now. What is it going to be 6 months from now, or what would it have been 6 months from now,
right,
if I'd been able to maintain my monetization? And now I would not have been able to know because they'd pulled the rug out from under me.
Yeah, well, how many other people are in the same boat or a similar situation? I mean, that's painful.
So, yes, I've gotten... And that's the thing. The point is, just to complete the thought, it's like I'm expecting, to make $100 a month very soon. And if not more. And beyond that, how much longer is it going to take before it's an actual job? And that was the whole point of the investment and time and effort that I've been putting into this, is to be able to make this a job. I'm certainly terrible jerk enough that working for somebody else doesn't really do it for me. It's too hard. Andreas Montivo was asked, I see the chat comments overlay on the video. Is that easy to set up? Yes, it is. It's really easy, actually. I'll message you later and tell you how to do it. And somebody asked about, how I had done this, and I should maybe do a video anyway, because as I say, quality helps, Yeah, we are who it hits the hardest. Yeah, I just managed to get $100 to $200 a month steady. Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
No, it's not good.
Well, but I mean that's a good amount.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
not good to have it stopped, though. No.
But that's the point.
Absolutely not.
This is theft.
Yes, it is,
and
literally.
And their own blog post, when they stated it, said 1%, are going to be negatively affected by this, and they just gloss over that and don't address, well, what do you do about it?
Well, yes. Well, they don't give you an option.
And the fact, the matter, I mean, that's not right, It's just like, if you claim, I've always said this before, and I'm really repeating myself, but I hear people say that they don't care about the money, and it really, of course.
I think most people care.
People
about the
who
money.
say they don't care about the money are liars.
I think so.
And if they are saying it, they either are
They're sailing around on their yacht or something.
Big YouTubers already, or somebody else is paying their bills.
Well, that sounds about right.
And there's a lot of people that have said, oh, well, it's very condescending to say, oh, well, you could do, if you love it, you don't need the money. Well, what about a doctor? What about a teacher? They love being a doctor. They love being a teacher. They're going to work for free?
No,
there's a certain level of skill, effort, and time and professionalism that you have to invest in order to become good at this. And if you have made that, you should rightfully expect to have some decent return if you've created an audience for yourself. And by happenstance, they've made one criteria or the other more valuable than it needs to be, and in this case, I say subscribers, but there's other communities out there where they have subscribers, but they can't get the damn watch hours, So
as you
no flexibility.
Said, a certain material lends itself to either watch time or subscriptions, not generally both.
All right, well, take care, BTD.
See you, BTD.
Yeah, he says he has to take the cola that was spiked to have it tested for what type of alcohol it is.
Oh, yeah.
Sons of bitches.
That's appalling.
It is. And, presser button says that... says it should have been 1,000 subscribers worth 4,000 hours, or not both. Yeah, I don't know what would have been a better, metric, but I don't know. As far as, maybe in and of itself it isn't terrible, but they needed to, put in place some means of grandfathering for the people that have already met the requirements that were expected at that time. And I think the guy who just made that decision, I think he's an ex-television executive.
Oh, great!
If I'm not mistaken, Casey Neistat had produced, I think last Monday, put out a video which was supposed to address some of this stuff, and they only glossed over this decision in one question, and it was like one sentence, and it was mostly the thing was mostly about the demonetization of videos where you get the yellow symbol and all that kind of stuff. So it was like just really not relevant to what we were talking about. Yeah, exactly. That was my problem too. Presser button. My videos on the other channel was a review FYI type, which no one subscribed to. Yeah, because they come in by search. Mm-hmm. They have a problem. They Google, not YouTube search, Google search, find your video, come in, see how to fix it, and off they go.
Yeah.
They're not going to subscribe. They want to learn how to fix their crap. Well, and that's exactly what happens to me, too. I've got like 4,500, 4,600 watch hours. No problem. And I was sitting at 200 subscribers, and that's only because over the last couple of years there, I've been making an effort to build up the subscriber numbers because I knew you needed 1,000 to get like the super chat thing and 1,000 to get sponsorship and stuff like that. But I had no idea that they would make that a requirement of partnership in the absolute terms. And it's just a terrible decision.
Yes, agree.
And I think they should have just stood on watch time and left it there. Nahum the Mayhem, between two channels, he was making $50 a month. And when the demonetization announcement was made at that time, he had only 233 subs on one and 275 on the other. Exactly, And it's YouTube that's been pressing this subscriber thing all the way. And part of that is just a way for them to more easily slot you into a category because, you know, human beings are complex, you know, in general, and they don't like to be categorized or put in little boxes, and this is their attempt to do exactly that. Yeah, they watch a single video and move on. That's Rob Hoffman. Absolutely, you know, they're just, and people are interested in what they want to, like, especially the how-to stuff, FYI, and that kind of thing. They want to figure out their thing, do the research if it's something else that's sort of related, and then off they go. They're happy. Or they're watching more stuff from the sidebar. So indirectly, we are actually helping the platform maintain viewership, because if somebody's doing research or looking at different videos of how to fix or find or do something, they're not only just looking at ours, they're looking at yours and yours and yours and yours too, and they're still on the platform watching more and more advertising. And, you know, just because we didn't get somebody to click that subscribe button, which they wouldn't have clicked anyway because they're likely not signed in, we get the blame. We're the bad actors? Come the hell on.
That's rich.
And I still say, you know, I'm once the 20th passes, I'm going to take a serious look at the bottom of one of those emails I get from YouTube and see that address, the actual mailing address, and I'm going to write them a bloody letter and say, hey, you know, wake the hell up. This is wrong. Oh, I got started.
Here comes the rant.
Hi, deep entropy. You just left true. Yeah, well, everything's fine. We're just having a chat. We're starting to get going. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling? You want to go for another 10 minutes or something? It's open-ended, you know.
Flexible, whatever.
So we'll go for another 10 minutes or so. Hey, you did make it, and you got no notification. I don't think the live things come out with computer. Yeah.
Oh, hey, computer.
All right. Okay. Bye. Thanks for coming. Press your button. I'm glad you could come. I guess we'll go for another like 7, 8, 9 minutes or something. But as I was going to say, computer, I don't think they send out notifications for live streams, at least until it happens. Like, did you not get a notification that I was going live, like, now? Like an hour ago? You got nothing.
I find sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Was number fish sandwich? You were number 600 for Rob Hoffman's. Well, I'm glad you. If you're still here, Rob, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You know, hey, say fantastic. Oh, you just got it now. Oh, that's a little
timing.
late. Jeez, I don't know why that is. You know.
And the game's rigged.
The game's rigged. That's right. Yeah. You're welcome. You know, I was wondering. I hadn't seen you for a few days, and you hadn't put up a video for a while and stuff. So, you know, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I've just well, you can appreciate this microphone and stuff, I'm sure. You know, but I really love this microphone. It's amazing. And I just actually let me see that again. I'm going to put in those. I was fooling around with the VST plugins for OBS here, and it's actually pretty cool. I didn't know this had that capability. Okay, so now they should be in play, and I didn't know this had this capability actually a couple of days ago. So. You have a computer says he has a subscriber who got notified after 5 days of him posting a video. 5
days? That's a bit much.
Really?
5 days.
And I before you got here, I was talking about, you know, and I think, excuse me, lunch. I was talking about the notifications for replies to comments, you know, and how difficult it is to have a conversation with someone if you don't get any replies to comments that you've made. And people would, you know, normally assume, oh, well, you're indifferent, you don't care or whatever, when that may not be the case at all. And that happens to me quite a lot. And I don't know what it is. It may be, you know, because after all, let's if we put it into perspective, YouTube as an entity is massive, and the amount of content that's uploaded every day, I think the number I hear quoted is 280 hours every minute or something completely ridiculous. and I mean, all of that has to be categorized, cataloged, blah 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 blah, and then to hi Dragon Song, glad you could make it. Yeah, we're gonna go a little late because I started ranting there, and I felt, hey, that felt good to get off my chest. So I thought I'd go a little late today. So what was I saying? Yeah, so we have, like I said, we have to put it in perspective, and the fact that they can keep on top of notifications at all, may be something to, keep in mind too, because I don't know, but then again. It's the have they been cheap with the resources all along? Figuring, it runs itself kind of deal. Like they should have had moderation, content moderation for a long time now. I mean, they're hiring 10,000 moderators to judge content and partners and stuff like that. So, now they're doing this. They should have had this for years. So, and. This bot thing and stuff like that. A lot of that should have been in play already. So who knows? And of course, a couple of years ago, there was this integration with Google Plus, which really backfired on them, right? Yeah, that's the way, because it's a live stream thing. It has to come to me first, right? And then because I have it in OBS, so it actually. I get the chat thing first, and then it goes through my streaming software, and it gets added to a scene. So it's like it's kind of neat the way it does work. But it goes from you guys to me to the software, then back out to the stream. So it works like that, and that's why there's this delay. So yeah, they are censoring content. Absolutely, there's all kinds of stuff that. That's questionable that they're doing, and they can get away with it because there's A, there's no competition, and B, it's just they scan our chats first, then release it. It's the delay. Well, yeah, because I get stuff if somebody's computer type something with the word sub in it, and it will be. I'll have to release it here on my end before it'll show up, not only there live for you guys, but on the screen here in my secondary, in the stream version as well. See, so there is a delay because it has to be moderated. Chat is always moderated, and it should be, because. If you're on a live show, rude things can happen very quickly, and you don't want that. So, Dragon Song. Thank you for coming, by the way. And I caught your webcam thing, and this is the exact webcam that we're using too. It's the Logitech C920, and we've got the thing with that is though we've got these huge lights here. We've got one bank of lights there and another bank here. There's 3 lights there, and then there's one behind the desk, and there's one behind me as well. So that's a thing. If it's anti-something, then yeah, of course, yeah, it's delayed. It has to be delayed. That's the one thing for chat for sure, and that's I think acknowledged. It's nice to see you guys. I'm just sort of like taking it in. You guys are, you're in the chat there, and it's nice to see engagement. You guys are talking to each other and stuff, and I think that's really cool. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, thanks, computer. These are from these are public domain from NASA. If you if you search NASA images, you can find them all. They're Gesundheit, sweetie.
Excuse me.
And NASA, all their images are automatically public domain for the benefit of mankind. So, I took about 50 or 60 of them, and I have them in a directory, and I have them as this thing. Feel better?
Yep, much.
Yeah, Shelley's got sinus issues. The weather is really like up and down, up and down.
Well, it's like spring outside today.
content moderate. That would be. It's probably. I think it's a grueling job. From one of the descriptions I've heard of how it works is that you are given. You can do it from home, actually. I think and you can get a sample of it if you. What is it? The Amazon? No, yeah, Amazon Turk. They do. It's like a job posting thing for people who work from home doing stuff with computers, and they give you a job, and then you say, "Oh, I can do that job," and then it's all piecework though, eh? So you have to do it fast, and the video moderating, I think it's like you're given a 10-second clip of video, and then you have to judge it on family, what is it? Values, not values, but family
appropriateness or something like that.
Family, if it's not weird or crazy or whatever,
or disgusting or what have you.
Yeah, so it's not a great job. You don't get to watch the whole video and stuff like that.
It's hard to believe you can make a judgment on 10 seconds. There's 10 seconds and then there's 10 seconds.
Yeah. Computer said, "Bless you." I'm not a religious. It's an American thing. Yeah, I say Gesundheit, which is the same thing. That's a German.
Good health in German.
Yeah, Gesundheit. Yeah, to your health. Wow. So I think we're gonna. It's 1:10 here, and I think we should probably. Yeah, your chat. Yeah, it was this time, and there's part of that is local. Your ISP stuff too, eh? Like that comes around. Like I think Fish Sandwich when I was it last week. When I started it, the audio wasn't kicked in. All right, so then I kicked in the audio, and that came around to everybody. But Fish Sandwich, the video was delayed too. So there's some aspect of local internet congestion as to whether how the stream gets to everybody and whatnot. So. Hey, Dragon Strong, are you still there? If you are, are you gonna do like a live show thing now too? She did a great thing. She had a little video on do DIY Diva Light thing, which is
I remember that.
Which is cool. You need to that has to get out there. That to number one is you need a webcam of something half decent. So the C920 is a good starter place, and you need light, lots of light, and then thirdly. Would be a microphone, but the microphone in that webcam is not bad either. So, yeah, very well lit. Yeah. That's the thing, So the lighting is crucial because this webcam can do this is the secret of it. It can do up to 30 frames a second, but only if you turn off all the automatic functions. And I don't know if I've turned off the. Yeah, I'm not saying not today, but I mean eventually. Yeah, I think you'd do quite well, And I was saying, if you turn off all the automatic functions and have lots of light, then this webcam can do 30 frames a second in the recording. So, something to keep in mind. Yeah, this is a webcam. This is the Logitech C920. It's it's perfectly serviceable, but I did learn, it's got automatic gain and all kinds of stuff like that to assist you. But every one of those assistances comes at a cost of processing. So if you engage all of those, you're limited to 15 frames a second. And that starts to tell, in terms of the quality. So the more light you have, the more of the automatic functions you can turn off, the better the quality you're able to record. Wow. And this is as I said before, Logitech C920, and it's about 4 or 5 years old, the device, so it's going at a reasonable price now because the webcams are moving on to 4K slowly. So I think this is $70. I could be corrected if I'm not American. So it's good. It's reasonable, Yeah, exactly. Fish Sandwich was saying he uses a lot of NASA video for his shows. Some really good stuff. They have, especially the older Apollo stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys. I think we better call it here. I'm just gonna do one last. Let's see because it's the night. We'll do the sub buttons snow. So I just love that. Yeah, that's the sub button I cut out when I hit 1,000. So I cut the. I cut that out and made some confetti with that. So I just want to thank everybody for coming, and it was really, really great to engage and talk with you guys. Of that? No, I didn't think I really needed to make one because. Oh, thank you, Rob. Thanks for coming. Because there's so many out there. Like this is what actually why Dragon Song 3 actually picked it up, because she watched a bunch of the C920 videos and said, hey, you know, everybody seems to love this, and yeah, and there's tons and tons and tons, and but that trick about the light and the auto function, that's a little harder to find, and maybe that aspect of it I may make a video about it at some point, which is, you know, not a bad idea, I think, now that it comes to mind. All right, so we're gonna cut off. Thanks for coming, and hopefully we'll see you again. At least I'll see you again next week, probably. You know, for sure. I'll be on next Sunday. It'll depend on, see if I can talk my wife into joining me, because it doesn't feel right without you here, baby.
All right,
it's true.
You're just saying
you're my support system. How can I do it without you? I'd feel like I'd be all huddled and hiding behind it. Hello.
No. That's more my thing. I mean, I like to hide under the table and things like that.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.